Hey guys, for this training, we're going to go ahead and go over the entire sales process. So essentially from start to finish, this is the overall. I'm not going to go ahead and show you in depth on every single step. Those will have their own videos, but this is just kind of the overall process. So how it'd start out, the very first thing you do, you get a homeowner that's interested, right? And then you will, so step one, you will request the proposal from the solar company. So which it kind of tells you how to do that down here. But you essentially request a proposal. The proposal just shows you where the panels go, how much the homeowner can save, using electricity, that kind of stuff. So you need that to show the homeowner to close them. So you essentially request the proposal is the first thing you're going to do. The second thing you're going to do is prep your close. So once you get that proposal back, you're going to want to price it, which we have a video on how to price a proposal, but you'll price this proposal. So essentially go over it, take all the numbers, price it out, get you some good financial numbers that you can show the homeowner. So you go back, you show the homeowner the numbers, they're excited, they're ready to move. So then you go ahead and you do the credit application. So you got to check the credit before you sign any contracts. You got to check the credit. So that's the first thing to do. So with the different companies, that'll change on exactly how. So you have to watch their video on how you check the credit. We need to check the credit first and get the credit approved. Once the credit is approved, you'll then sign all the financing documents. So the financing documents usually will consist of anywhere from 3 to 5 contracts, always at least 3 though. The reason there's always at least 3 is because you have to sign one with the solar company, the guys that are actually installing it, one with the loan company, the guys that are, lending the money, and one with the power company. So at minimum, you're going to have 3 contracts. A lot of times there's like some with Little County or Little Finance Summary or whatever, where you might have to sign more, but you essentially sign all the contracts. That's step 4, is sign all the different contracts that you'll have. There's a video on each one of the places of where, how many contracts you need to sign and what you need to do. But you essentially sign the contracts. So it's pretty simple. Now, some companies, that'll be it. You sign the contracts, you just leave. However, I always like to say a finalize, procedure. So the finalized procedure is before you leave the house, you just call in to the solar company and just make sure they have everything. So you call in, like, hey, just calling in, just making sure that you have all the documents you need, making sure that, if you need to schedule it, do you need to schedule a site survey right now, or you're just going to do that with the homeowner, later, whatever it is, but you finalize. So that's very, very important, is to finalize what you're doing. Oops, spelled that wrong. But yeah, finalize essentially anything you're doing by calling the solar company and just verifying they have everything they need. So, which is very, very important. After you've fully closed that homeowner, then what's going to happen is they're going to get their site survey. So someone's going to come out and look at the roof, make sure the roof is in good condition, make sure there's enough room for the panels, make sure there's enough sun. They'll also take a look at the power box to make sure that the power box is up to date. So they're going to look at all that information when they get out there and make sure it's like structurally sound. So it's going to go over, just kind of take a look at the property, make sure it all looks good. After that's done, then they'll go ahead and build a essentially blueprint. We call it a CAD sometimes, or final design. It's really detailed proposal, a blueprint. We present that to the city to get permits so that we can install it. After we have the permits, we can then schedule the install with the homeowner. We come out and install it. After the solar panels have been installed, you have to have 2 inspections take place before it can, 2 and sometimes more inspections take place in order, to turn it on. We call that PTO, permission to operate. So the city first needs to inspect it, or county, wherever they're in, and the power company needs to come and inspect it. So they'll come out there, take a look at it, make sure it's all going. Ask your district manager how long this process takes. However, for most places it's a few months before it's like all operating. So follow up with your manager, and he can notify you on how long that will take. But that's essentially the sales process. So very simple. Again, quick overview. You request your proposal. You show and once you get your proposal back, you prep it and price it. After you've priced it, you show the customer, sell them. Then you'll check their credit. After they've passed and got the credit approved, you'll then sign all the different agreements that you need to sign. And after you've signed all the agreements, you will finalize. Call up the solar company, make sure it's all good. So that's the last thing that you're going to do. That's pretty much it. Thanks.